You leave without permission, go to the hidden stone, confront the Tsuchikage, fail the mission you initially planned, come home, and expect to go to the hidden cloud? Tsunade shouted. Naruto winced, Sakura and Haku looking worried behind him. Tsunade sank into her chair, the paperwork stacked higher than ever. For the past 9 days Naruto was gone, she had done nothing but worry. Haku was in a similar boat, as were most of Naruto's friends. Naruto hung his head low. I'm sorry, but this is something I have to do. You or the beasts in your head, the Hokage retorted. Both. Tsunade looked into Naruto's ocean blue eyes. Unreadable, yet she felt a sense of urgency and desire. He wasn't going to back down. He'd go alone again if he had to. Tsunade sighed deeply. You know about the Jonin exam, correct? Naruto nodded. It's much like the Chunin exam, though it's only comprised of one stage, a one-on-one duel. Luckily, this year the Cloud is hosting. It's actually in 2 weeks. I wasn't going to let you go at first because of the Akatsuki, but if you're going with others, I will allow it, begrudgingly. Naruto nodded in thanks, quickly exiting the room, Sakura and Haku following. Tsunade groaned in frustration. Just like his parents, Jiraiya chuckled as he entered through the window behind her. Yeah, and that's what worries me. He takes after Minato to the extreme, always thinking about others but never himself. He's in his current situation because of that. She sunk into a chair. Why couldn't Minato have just let the Nine Tails loose? You know it's not that simple. So does Naruto. Even without the tailed beasts, he would still be the same kid. Jiraiya smiled before turning serious. No Akatsuki sightings since they went after Gaara. There's also no new information on Orochimaru or Sasuke. Not even Hidden Sound Ninja. Orochimaru must be up to something, though I couldn't say what. Tsunade sighed. Naruto says Han, the five-tailed Jinchuriki, is searching for Roshi, who holds the four tails. He's intent on meeting the rest. If you could, I'd like you to go to the Hidden Mist. Maid Terumi has a team searching for the six tails, but have found no leads. Your assistance may keep Naruto out of more trouble. Jiraiya nodded. I'll be on my way then. But I am interested in who you're sending with Naruto to this Jonin exam. Tsunade smirked. Only the best. Land of Lightning, 2 weeks later. Hinata, Rock Lee, and Shikamaru follow Team 7 in silence towards the hidden cloud. Naruto walked a few steps ahead of everyone, staring at his hands in concentration. The occasional splinter of wood fell from his grasp, Shikamaru studying each one in boredom. They had been chosen for the chance to obtain Jonin rank alongside Team 7, though Tsunade did admit part of their job was to keep Naruto out of trouble. Lee and Hinata wouldn't say it out loud, but they weren't sure if they could do that. Shikamaru admitted straight to Tsunade, but she ignored him. The Land of Lightning was primarily mountain ranges, the cloud nestled in the center of it all. Many buildings sat atop or surrounded stone spikes that reached far into the sky. The Leaf Ninja had to admit, it was imposing. Only Naruto walked towards the front gate with zero hesitation. 2 guards stopped them until they each handed a small piece of paper. The cloud was strict on who they let travel the nation, so only those with special clearance were allowed passage. As contestants for the Jonin exam, they were allowed through, though they could all sense someone keeping a close eye on them. The civilians seemed rather cheerful, but did act hesitant to talk to the Leaf Shinobi. Naruto caught glimpses of some sand and mist ninja as they approached the hotel they were staying at. The exam was 3 days, It was only an hour after they settled in that a cloud shinobi appeared at the door. The exam begins in 1 hour. Prepare and take this path to the exam stage, they said, pointing to a map. They made their way over, arriving shortly after the Sand and Mist ninja. One more showed up behind them, wearing a headband from the Hidden Grass village. It didn't take long for a pair of cloud ninja to show up to oversee the exam. One with dark skin and white hair covering his one eye. He wore a black sleeveless uniform under the standard cloud vest, a katana on his back. The other caught Naruto off guard. He felt his tailed beast's focus on her, making him realize she was a Jinchuriki. Long, dull blonde hair tied in a loose ponytail. She wore a purple blouse with cloud patterns and black sleeves. She also had purple fingerless gloves, blue beads wound around her left arm. She glanced over the rest before locking eyes with Naruto. As the man beside her spoke, they stared until she made a discreet gesture. Naruto nodded slightly, realizing they would get the chance to talk soon. "The name is Darui. With me is Yugito," her companion stated. "We shall be judges for the Jonin exam. We both work under the Hokage, so we have a firm idea on what to expect from you all. Much like the Chunin exam, you don't need to win in order to be promoted. Recommendations will be sent to your Kage, who will decide from there. That is all. The duels shall be randomly selected. Hand in a paper with your name and we shall draw them in a few minutes." Naruto handed in his card, before moving to the back of the crowd. He glanced over to see the young woman, Yugito, walk over to him. "A fellow Jinchuriki. I didn't expect to meet one here," she stated, folding her arms. Naruto smiled. "I've been looking forward to meeting you in the Eight Tails Jinchuriki." "So, you know I have the two tails?" "The tailed beasts inside me said so." Yugito frowned. "Yes, my beast did sense multiple within you. Put her on edge. Sorry, it's a long story. One that would be easier to explain with both of you here." Yugito shook her head. "My senior is out training. He won't be here for the exam." Naruto frowned. "This is really important. I need to meet both of you. I'd ask your Hokage, but I already had a bad experience with the Tsuchikage." Yugito thought for a moment. "We shall speak about this later. The exam is about to start. Good luck." Naruto nodded in thanks, Yugito rejoining Darui. He wasn't sure what to make of her. Like Han, he could barely sense the two tails, making him assume she had control over it. He focused on the matches, a few flying by in a matter of seconds. Haku was the first in their group to fight. She was put against a sand ninja, which she easily defeated with her crystal ice mirrors. Most were startled to see her Keke Genkai. Next, Lee was against someone from the mist. He had some difficulty with their water style, but still came out on top. "You leaf shinobi really are something." Naruto glanced at the single ninja from the Hidden Grass. They wore a cloak covering their torso, his short hair and eyes the same dull blue. "I'll take that as a compliment," Naruto nodded. "Are you not the team that traveled through the Hidden Grass a few weeks ago?" the young man asked. Naruto looked surprised. "You saw us?" "No, but our village did inform their few shinobi about your appearances. While we don't consider one another friends, we aren't enemies. It's not often Leaf Ninja travel through our land, especially to Tenchi Bridge." Naruto blinked. "I suppose you did know. The name is Naruto. Mine is Fugaku. A pleasure. Perhaps we shall get the chance to duel in these exams. If not, I would like to spar afterwards." Naruto shrugged. "We'll see." Fugaku chuckled. If not you, I wouldn't mind one of your fellow Leaf Ninja. The Cherry Blossom girl looks strong. Naruto chuckled at Sakura's old nickname. He focused on the next match, Shikamaru's, ending up as the last for the day. He was up against a wind-style user from the sand. Naruto couldn't help but smirk at the sense of deja vu. 3 hours later. Naruto sat in silence outside their hotel room, Haku standing in the doorway. Yukito said she would meet him there, and Haku wasn't going to let Naruto be alone in another village. She looked over as the woman from the exam walked towards them, caution in her gaze. Hello again? Naruto smiled. Yukito shrugged. Let's get this over with quickly. I have other duties to attend to. Naruto grew serious, extending his fist out. Yukito gave him a curious look. He gestured for her to bump fists. She did so hesitantly, both of them jumping into the tailed beast's plane, as Naruto started to call it, after speaking with Han and the Five Tails. Looking up revealed the two-tailed cat, her body composed entirely of deep blue fire and black markings. Its one eye was yellow, the other green. Yukito stepped back in surprise. What is it doing here? What are they doing here? She asked, looking at Naruto's collection of monsters. That's why I'm here, fool, the cat growled. I take it he's the one? Foxy over here doesn't seem to think so, the Tanuki laughed. Do I need to crush you, little brother? The fox rumbled. Not while you're in that cage. Shut up. The two-tail snorted. I expected as much from him, but not you, little brother. What can I say? He pulled me out of the husk. The cat's eyes narrowed. I see. Let me guess. You wish to take a piece of me in case those Akatsuki humans capture my Jinchuriki? Akatsuki? That's what this is about? Yukito frowned. Yes, Naruto admitted. I've been tasked, more like forced, into rescuing the consciousnesses of the tailed beasts. The Akatsuki will be after you next, without a doubt. And you agree with this? Yukito spat at the cat. I thought we had an agreement. Yes, but this is a unique situation. I trust in your power, but I assumed you wouldn't like losing a part of me, especially to another. You're damn right. You all better have a good explanation for all of this. You don't have a good relation with the Two-Tails, do you? Naruto muttered. Yukito huffed. She only agreed to give me her power in exchange for certain things I'd rather not get into. The point is we aren't on friendly terms. I take it you're in the same boat with the 1st, 3rd, and 9th? She asked, looking up at their respective cages of water, sand, and steel. I'm sure Lord B would have some choice words for you if he saw this. Back on the topic at hand, why should I give you a part of the Two-Tails? You have no choice in the matter. You will give the boy some of my chakra, the Two-Tails stated, staring firmly at the Jinchuriki. What? Yukito asked dangerously. My survival is more important than our agreement. This boy is merely a failsafe. He will receive a portion of me. If you're ever captured, my consciousness will be stored within him, assuring my survival. I will even take over if needed if you don't allow this to happen. Yukito glared at the cat, then at Naruto, the blonde remaining silent, unsure what to say. Yukito was clearly a strong woman, so being placed in this situation was bound to annoy her. All he could do was hope things didn't escalate. Listen, Yukito Ni, I will use force, but I do want this to be a willing act. I do this not to slight you, but to emphasize the danger we both are in. The cat looked to Naruto. I'm sure Naruto Uzumaki knows the truth now. He can testify that this is for the best. Yukito looked back at Naruto, expecting him to explain. Naruto sighed. If a tailed beast is removed from a Jinchuriki, they die. If a part of their chakra resides within me, their minds will live on. They only want to keep their memories. The Akatsuki defeated Gaara, the Kazekage, and One-Tail's Jinchuriki. I've fought them as well. They're no joke. Yukito stared into space, thinking for a few minutes, her beast waiting patiently. Naruto glared at the tanuki a second before it was about to complain. After some thought, Yukito finally sighed. One condition. We spar, taijutsu only. You impress me? I'll allow a part of the Two-Tails to join you and your other beasts. Does that satisfy you? Naruto nodded. Ready when you are, he replied, as they returned to the real world. Haku felt apprehensive as she followed them back to the Jonin exam area. She knew the situation Naruto was in with the tailed beasts was out of her league. She hated it, but she could only help so much. Protection was all she could provide, especially with how distant Naruto had been recently. Naruto watched with fascination as Yukito's nails began to extend, looking as sharp as kunai. He figured it was a power from the Two-Tails. Her taijutsu must be based off speed like myself. Hopefully I can keep up. If not, I'll need to focus on defense, then wait for a moment to use my full strength. I don't need to win, just impress her. Yukito charged with a series of swipes, Naruto weaving through each slash. He went for a palm strike but missed. He spun into a series of kicks which were all blocked. Yukito aimed a hit on his leg, Naruto jumping over her. He kicked her legs out, aiming an axe kick. She landed on her hands, kicking his foot away. She spun on her hands, grabbing Naruto in a headlock with her legs. She pushed off the ground and twisted, pulling Naruto down to the ground. But he barely budged, shocking Yukito. He grabbed her legs, wrenching himself free and tossing her to the side. You're pretty strong for such a young kid. I do my best, Naruto smirked. Be glad you're not fighting Sakura. She's way stronger. Naruto drew a kunai, blocking Yukito's nails with precision. She performed a roundhouse kick, Naruto grabbing her leg. She used the moment to swipe up, grazing his cheek. Naruto aimed his kunai for her chest, Yukito catching it between her fingers. He produced another kunai, swiping up. He backed up, Naruto jumping. He kicked a pair of kunai, Yukito avoiding both. She dashed in to attack the moment the blonde landed. Naruto found himself pushed back against the wall of the arena. He used the wall to jump over Yukito, immediately going on full offense. Punches, jabs, and palm strikes, all bombarding Yukito faster than she could track. She tried to defend with an upward kick, but Naruto merely avoided it. He threw one last punch at her chest. She was prepared, bringing her nails together to form a sharp point. Naruto was forced to redirect his attack for her head, opening himself to a slash in the chest. His free hand grabbed her wrist, Yukito doing the same with his fist. They stared for a moment, before Yukito released him, chuckling. I admit, you impress me. I'm sure you're better with chakra added to the mix. Naruto grinned. I could say the same. Perhaps I'll show off a little during the exam. Yukito turned serious. Let's go elsewhere so I can transfer the Two-Tails chakra. Naruto nodded, following her. Several feet away, Haku watched with a hint of sadness. It made her frustrated Naruto was speaking to another woman, let alone someone he just met. She knew she was overthinking it. She knew what Naruto really felt, even if he didn't say it. Now I really want the chance to battle him. Haku turned to see the hidden grass shinobi, Fugaku, walking towards her. Naruto likes a good challenge. Fugaku chuckled. I'm sure I could give him one. I saw how you were looking at him. You're in love, correct? Haku turned red. It's not like that. Fugaku shrugged. Whatever you say. If you like what you just heard, consider hitting the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified about new videos. If there's a part you've missed, then check out the entire playlist on screen. If you like this story, please share it with your fellow anime lovers. Any support helps a lot. That's all for now. This is Ninja Kai, disappearing in a golden flash.